What makes profanity laws so hard to define? Imagine trying to draw a line in the sand that keeps shifting. That's what defining profanity laws feels like across the United States. What one person finds offensive, another might see as harmless or even expressive. This subjectivity makes it tricky to set clear rules everyone agrees on. Historically, laws about profanity were tied to protecting public morality and decorum. Back then, words considered blasphemous or profane could lead to fines or jail time. Laws treated such language as fighting words, speech that could spark violence or disturb the peace. But as time went on, courts recognized that banning words just because they offend conflicts with free speech rights protected by the First Amendment. In the case of Cohen versus California in 1971, the Supreme Court ruled that offensive words alone cannot be banned simply because they upset someone. The court said that one man's vulgarity is another's lyric, meaning what's offensive to one might be normal to another. They warned that censoring words could be a way to suppress unpopular ideas, not just protect public decency. Even with this ruling, many states still have old or quirky laws about profanity. Some laws ban cursing in public places, near schools, or in churches. Penalties can range from fines to jail time. These laws often reflected outdated social norms and can seem strange today. For example, some states prohibit swearing on highways or in parks, even though modern free speech standards are more relaxed. Profanity laws also overlap with obscenity laws, which regulate sexually explicit or morally offensive material. Obscenity is judged by whether the material appeals to prurient interests or has no serious social value. Sometimes, profanity and obscenity blur together, making enforcement more complicated. In practice, enforcement varies a lot depending on the situation and local attitudes. For example, words might be allowed on private property or in certain media but restricted in public broadcasts during daytime hours to protect children. This patchwork creates confusion about when and where profanity is legal. Looking at quirky laws across America, you see how history, culture, and legal changes mix to produce strange rules. Some states still have laws banning cursing on public highways or near churches, which seem odd today. These laws show how legal codes can lag behind social norms, creating amusing and confusing rules. So, what makes profanity laws so hard to define? It's because the idea of what counts as offensive varies so much. Free speech protections limit outright bans. Old laws still linger on the books, and the line between profanity and obscenity isn't always clear. Plus, enforcement depends on where you are and what the situation is. All these factors combine to make profanity regulations a confusing and sometimes funny part of American law.